11:59, almost midnight. Yep, 12 midnight. Rising coming at midnight. Check that audio. Alright, good. Anya Hakuzash.
Hello, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Hakodash, Rakta Yahweh, Rakta Yahushai,
Shalom.
Shalom.
It's the LG, Miss Great Millstone. Shalom. Shalom to you, elect of the 12 tribes, which are scattered abroad. Greetings, because of the hopeful, like, why? Because we don't know who the elect are in these times. Shalom. Hopefully we will be saved when Yahweh Shai comes back. My flesh shall rest in hope. Psalm chapter 16, verse 9. Turning to the old stronghold, prisoners of hope. We are prisoners of hope. Ultimate stronghold is the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai, whereby we must be saved. Acts chapter 4, verse 12 goes into that. So verse 10 to verse 12. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
All right. Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment. Whose torment? America's torment. America is the her. She's being tormented here, saying, Alas, alas, that great city. What's that great city? The city is built by what? Its population, the inhabitants. That's in the book of Proverbs. City built by inhabitants. Yeah, how authorizes I'll be able to find it. Yeah, I can't find it so far, but the scriptures go into that about a city being, the inhabitants. Babylon, that mighty city. And the people's going to be tormented, by the way, because can you torment a concrete brick? No, it's the people, it's the citizens that be tormented. Babylon, America, that mighty city, for 1 hour is that judgment come. That 1 hour is a human 1 hour, going to 60 minutes. See how Yahweh Shai does it? He can have, 58 minutes, so on and so forth, but that's going to what? A 60 human minutes. Next precept, brother.
All right, so now we're going to go to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14.
By the way, Salakia, word of the week for this lesson is what? Shadad, which in the Hebrew goes into destruction, to spoil, to deal violently with. Shadad. Shah, Da, and Da. Shadad in the Paleo Hebrew. And that goes into what? Destruction. Destruction etymology for English means what? To pull down something that has been built up in the literal. That's what it means. The word there for alas, is this word.
Strong's G 3759. Uai.
Oy vey, like the Jewish people say. Alas, woe. Woe means what? Great sorrow or distress. Woe, great sorrow or distress. Woe, great sorrow or distress. For that great city. Then it goes on to the precept. And it goes right on to the precept. The etymology of destruction, or pulling down or ruin, literally means unbuild or tear down what has been built. Fold it up. Oh, there it is. Shadad, spoiler, destroyer. Yahweh has a destroyer who's going to come and slay the murderer, as is written in the Old Testament. Waste, lay waste. Robber. Yep, Yahweh is going to be the robber shall prevail against them in the book of Job. Job. Oppress. Dead. What's it say? To deal violently with. Next precept, brother.
Okay, so now we're going to go to Revelation 14 and, here we go, 14 and 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And now, Revelation 14, 8.
The water. Yeah, that second woe, that's World War II is past, World War I, World War II. And then the third woe coming quickly. Woe means what? Great sorrow, distress. And that represents World War III. Oh, slack it, brother. I was going like this. Probably showed up on the camera. That meant nothing. Slacking.
I thought you needed me to get another
No,
precept.
no, I didn't mean nothing like that, bro. Something else. I'll say that was something else. Slacking. All right, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, this is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 8. Were you able to?
Yeah, yeah,
You
that
okay.
precept is done. Yeah.
And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she hath made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So this is going into what? Why destruction will be brought? What's that precept again, brother Slakia?
That was Revelation 14, verse 8.
Because America has perpetrated what? His wickedness throughout the four corners of the earth. How? By Esau, Edom. Bozrah, America is Bozrah in the scriptures, Isaiah 34. In certain places, Bozrah was what? Bozrah was the ancient capital of ancient Edom. That's America. And therefore another angel saying, Babylon, America is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication. Why the wrath of fornication? Fornication is what? Illicit sexual acts. So all these nations are what? Spiritually drunk up by the wrath of fornication, taking on her ways, her philosophies, her ideologies, her moism, her lies, her democracy, even the way she what builds her skyscrapers and the rest of it. Build thy nest amongst what's that one? Though thy habitation is high, as is written about. That's the skyscrapers.
Mm-hmm.
These other nations they have done that. Truly they did. Go ahead.
Okay. This is
Ooh. Come on, brother.
Isaiah 13 and 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Count. That's that day of the Lord. That's that day of judgment. The day of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. The day of Yahweh, as the scripture speaks about. Isaiah 13. Let me pull it up on screen because, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai is going to what? Cause a great destruction to happen in all the land. Why? Because of the wine of wrath of fornication, what America has done in Babylon, America the Great, and what they have perpetrated across the four corners of the planet Earth, her Moism, her philosophies, her ideologies, her democracy, everything, even her Jesus Christ. Christianity is what? One of the world's biggest religions, if not the biggest. No, it's going to Esau, Edom. And America is supposed to be what? A Christian nation. They support that. God is all love. Well, if he's all love, why did he take out Goliath by the hand of David? Why did he drown the Egyptians with the flood in the waters? Why did he flood the earth with Noah if he's all love?
Why did he destroy Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah, and supposedly some people were saying God needs to say sorry for that. How are you? Which goes into alas. And the Hebrew word there is yalal. For the day of Yahweh is at hand. It's at hand. It's right there. You can grip it now. It shall come as a destruction from Shadia, from the Almighty. The word there for Almighty in the Hebrew is Shadia. Shah meaning what? Devil, demon, the Omega devil. Wait. So the day of Yahweh is coming from Shadia, the devil god. But who is this devil god here, the Almighty? That's Yahweh. He's the ultimate devil. He is the Allah Shadia. He's going to bring what? This is Job chapter 18, verse 9. The gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The destroyer, the one who wastes away, shall prevail against him, which is who? Yahweh Shai. And that's going to be what? Standing afar off with the fear of her torment, her radiation from the ICBMs, the glittering sword, Deuteronomy 32, the laser beams. We don't know how this thing going to play out exactly. You in the open water, the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, you seen a laser beam come out of a UFO and it's shooting out, bringing a wall of fire, and then you see the wall of fire just stop. You might just see it just sitting there. We don't know how this thing going to play out. When Yahweh Shai come back, it's going to be a bitter sword destruction. We know that it's going to be what? Torment. These other nations, they're going to what? They're going to fear because they're going to get tormented as well. The same was not after death by pain in the book of 2nd Esdras. Severe torments coming to America, Babylon the Great, saying, alas, alas, woe, woe, that great city, America, that mighty city, America. For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. A speedy riddance, the scripture says. A speedy riddance. Go ahead, brother.
All right, so we are in the book of Isaiah. This is chapter 21 and verse 9. And Behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he hath broken unto the ground.
Mm. Read that one more time,
Mhm.
Slaki.
Isaiah chapter 21 and verse 9. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he hath broken unto the ground.
Well, this is going to happen to modern Babylon, aka America, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, as it's spiritually called in the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And America's graven images. That was verse what, brother?
That was verse 9.
God.
Isaiah 21 and 9.
You know, graven images going to her gods, and what's her big god now? The RFID CHIP, the image of the beast, is the ways of the ancient Roman Empire, but part of what they're tying into the philosophies and the ways of the ancient Roman Empire, which is the image of the beast, they're tying now what? They're tying AI into that to have what? The image of the beast, like literally speak through the AI, because the AI is all with the ancient Roman Empire way, with the image of the beast, which is the ancient Roman Empire philosophies. How all brothers are that be edifying. But yeah, the image of the beast is the ancient Roman Empire and her philosophies. And the RFID CHIP is an idol, a graven image, intertwined with the image of the beast in these modern times. That's a technocratic theocracy society. Theocracy goes into what? Like a God-governed nation. Let me get definition of theocracy. Theocracy meaning a system of government where a state is ruled by religious leaders or officials who claim to rule by divine guidance. So it's a technocratic RFID CHIP MOTB theocracy. And the MOTB is what? RFID CHIP, right hand or left hand, the one of the four heads of brain CHIP. Neuralink is a beautiful example. Go ahead, brother.
Right, this is the book of Joel, chapter 1 and verse 15. The last piece of I have, brother.
Go ahead.
Alas, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come.
God, alas for that day, for the day of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai is at hand. As a destruction from Shadia, it shall come. As a destruction from the destroyer, the demon god, it shall come. And that's this day of the Lord. That is a severe day of wrath, cruelty, fierce anger, unrelenting cruelty, and nothing but cruelty, unless you are the elect, and pure torment and torture in hell. When you go into the scriptures, go to Zechariah 14:12, brother.
Come.
Their eyes shall consume away. Man, you say, well, that person over there, they look like they're crying. That's not tears. That's their eyeballs running down their cheeks like tears. According to the Google AI mode, that is possible because I Googled it. Scripture says, what? I will leave you there and melt you in the book of Ezekiel, going into Ezekiel 33. So Yahweh Shai is going to melt people, meaning what? They're going to be boiled in their own blood and bodily fluids. They're going to be boiled in their own flesh while being burnt away by the sheer heat. So this is a sort of destruction from the Almighty, from Shadia, Shad meaning demon, devil. Go ahead.
All right. Zechariah 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague, wherewith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Yeah, read that one more time, Slacky.
Yep. It's Zechariah 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Stop there. Jerusalem is what people fought to place that have fought against the Israelites, the chosen people of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you so-called Native American Indians in North and South America, Dominicans, Guatemalans, Panamanians, Latinos, Hispanics, blacks, the African Americans. Those are the true lost tribes. Those are the tribes of Israel. Plus, you have them that look like the other nations that go back to 12 tribes of Israel by the seed of the Father, the sperma, scattered across the world, which is Jeremiah 12:9, speckled blood Israelites. Because it's all about the Father's seed. We're like plants, and the men carry seed, which is sperma. Even in the Greek, that show you that. Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Their flesh is going to be what? Burnt away, melted away, while they stand upon their feet. So their arms, their body, their organs, and everything is going to liquefy. And liquefy means what? Boiling. Your flesh is boiling. You're boiling in your own body fluids while being burnt at the same time. Wild, but yes. Go ahead.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
You're not crying anymore. Your tears are melting down your eye cheeks like tears. Go ahead.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
It's like it was Ezekiel 22. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. More than likely, their tongue, when it's because the tongue, human tongue, is actually long. It's not just in your mouth right there. It goes all the way down your throat to a certain extent. So parts of their tongue is going to melt away, burnt away. It's going to go down the back of their throat. So now you got boiling tongue. You're drinking boiling tongue, which is just sheer heat. Yeah. If you go to that Tesla car, man, that got caught in that Tesla car, I remember the brother from Saints in Jersey was talking about a brother I know, Akia I know. He was talking about a video he found. The man had fire coming out of his mouth. So when Yahweh Shema Shai does this judgment is going to be unlike a judgment that has ever been seen on the earth, nor shall there ever be to come anymore after it. That's Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It speaks about that. This time of trouble, this Jacob's trouble, the crescendo of it, World War III going nuclear war, Jeremiah chapter 30, verses 4 through 7, Jacob's trouble. It's going to be like a time unlike any other in the entire world, nor shall there ever be a time like this ever again. This is Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace. Picture that Smith. He got the minerals and all that. He got them big coals. He's throwing it in there. I got in the furnace, and you're hearing the fire to blow the fire upon it, to melt it. So will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. That is who? The 2/3 of our own people. It goes into Son of Man. The house of Israel is become to me dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. That's 18. And dross is what? Garbage of it. The dross is the imperfects of those particular metals. And that's what you want to get rid of. And that's due to their own people. The elect is the aristocracy. Aristocracy is pronounced Salakia. We are the elites of the nation if we be of the elect. We're the first fruits, 144,000. How our brothers are, we be of those members. We be of that number, just to be the elect. Whether or not the 144,000 not, just want to get in the door and be the elect. I could, it's like, you could be because there's going to be rank in the kingdom of heaven. You could be the lowest rank of the elect. As long as I'm the elect, John, I made it in, I'm good. I don't have to be 144,000 on top. I ain't got, people be running around saying that King David got the King David demon. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm just trying to get in the door.
I'd rather be a doorkeeper.
Yeah, that's going to ASAP from the book of Psalms. Just rather be a doorkeeper. Let me be the mat, if anything, bro. I'll be the mat. Yahweh Shemel Shai ain't gonna have none of his elect men being the mats, Man, just stand. I'm the mat, everybody. I'm the mat. I'm gonna be the best mat I can be. No, you be the mat. Ezekiel 22:21. Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and you shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof, and you shall know that I, Yahweh, have poured out my fury upon you. You're gonna know, why is this happening to me? Why are you being boiled in your own eye fluids in your eye holes while being burnt and sheared away? You ever say, well, I got a toothache, gotta take a man down. You got fire up in your mouth. Why is this happening to me? Well, you're going to know because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to make sure you know he's pouring out his fury upon you. For edification's sake, let me type this in. Blacksmith, burning metals. I don't know. I forgot the name for it. All right, blacksmith. Bear with me. Brother, what's that called when you melt it down? I need the footage of
A
a
forge.
Thwada, forge, blacksmith, forge, oven. Okay, bear with me. I'm looking for it for edification's sake. Okay, this is a forge oven. Wait, well, hold up. All right, melting down metals. That'll do it. Melting down metal. Ah, here you go. I ain't getting copyright no music. Fair use. See how hot that thing is? Look how red hot that is. Thing is glowing. See that?
I melted down a bunch of aluminum cans.
He's melting down stuff.
Could you make more money than
And so you saw it on screen. I can't really find anything else, so alright. Ooh. Here you go one. Look how red hot glowing that is. That's gonna be you 2/3 out here. You're all going to go from being biology to being physics. You are now chemical components. You will now be elements. You are now being liquefied down, boiled alive down by sheer heat of your own bodily fluids. And you are so hot you can melt a mountain now, pursuant to Isaiah the 34th chapter. I will melt the mountains with your blood. I'm not speaking about governments, that's the destruction. But from a physical, literal point of view, from physics, you could literally melt a mountain down with somebody's blood if they're superheated, because they're in the elemental phase. Just like Genesis to Elohim, they created heaven and the earth. Earth was without form and void. That's speaking about what? That's the earth when it was in its elemental state, before it being formed in all these land masses and all that. It was in its elemental state. So you 2/3 are going to go back to being elements, because the body made up of what? Elements. Adam was what? Made of the ground. The ground is what? The good parts of the ground is the darkest part, which showing you Adam was a dark-skinned man, but showing you man was created from elements. Adam and Eve, they had parents, just to let you know. Genesis goes into that as well. The day that man was made, so Adam and Eve had parents. So, is there anything else you want to bring up, brother?
That was all.
On that note, shalom. Face the east, panya hapadat.
Kal, Halal, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Rachakodash, Prakti Yahweh, Prakti Yahushai.
Shalom. Devon tells G Great Millstone. Pray, read, study, fast, repent, watch the videos, meditate, repeat, hold on to the truth, let no man steal your crown. Crown is what? Symbolic of salvation. Read 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 42 to 48. Yahushua is literally going to crown like man when he comes back. State about 2 Ezra, and no, let no man steal your crown. Panya means face. Ha means the. Kodash means holy. Face the holy, which is what? Face the east. Just like Daniel prayed 3 times a day. Recommend that too. And as Yahweh Shai said, pray the Lord's Prayer, which is the Our Father who art in heaven. In Paleo Hebrew. That's Abanawa. And it goes on. Shalom, shalom, shalom. For edification's sake, let me get it here real quick. Let me get it. Lord's Prayer. Paleo Hebrew. Good. Got the image. Now I'm going to invert it for edification's sake. And I got a short of it. Bear with me. I'm rushing. Because this is the prayer Yahweh Shai says to pray. And if Yahweh Shai says to pray, he's the one we're praying to. That's surely an important prayer. You can't get out of that. And when you pray, that's like you're between me and you time with Heavenly Father. You get to know Yahweh Shai. All right, I put in the chat right there. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Check the description box. Shalom.